Hello everyone and welcome to a new session. So I hope all of you are doing great and studying really well for your upcoming NET exam. So yes, this week we will be revising for our upcoming NET exam in December. Right? Many of you will be sitting for this exam. Right? Yes. So we have to prepare really well so that you can ace your NET GRF this time. Correct? Yes. So, welcome again to a new revision session of NET. And if you're new to our channel, then please do subscribe. And if you're watching this video right now, then please do share and like this video. All right? Yes, very good. So, welcome. Good evening. Good evening. Right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Hello. And welcome to session 13 of NET revision session. It's our session number 13 of NET revision. All right, ready? Yes, very good. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Okay. So let's get started then. And before getting started, please do like this video. All right, yes. So here we go to the first question for tonight. The Spectator was a daily publication published by Joseph Addison and Richard Steele in London, England from 1711 to 1712. It appeared for dash times in a week. So we all know about the Tatler and the Spectator. They were the major periodicals of the 18th century. You have to tell me the Spectator appeared for how many times in a week? Tell me the Spectator appeared for how many times in a week? These types of questions have already been asked in NET a few times. So it can be asked again, right? And it's a good way to revise these things. So tell me, the Spectator appeared for how many times in a week? So yes, it appeared for 3 times in a week. It appeared for 3 times in a week. All right. So the Spectator was a daily publication published by Addison and Steele in London, England from 1711 to 1712. All right. And it appeared for 3 times in a week. It appeared for 3 times in a week. Clear? Right. Very good. Very good. Please make sure that you know about all the major periodicals, be it the Guardian or the Tatler or the Spectator or all the major periodicals of the 17th century as well, of 20th century as well. Okay, don't worry, we will revise more about all of the periodicals. Okay, but today we talked about the Spectator. Spectator by Addison and Steele. It started from 1711 and it came out 3 times in a week. All right, clear? Very good. Very good. Yes. Next question. The term symbolist was first applied by the critic Jean Moret, who invented the term to distinguish the symbolists from the related decadence of literature and art. Is it true or false? Tell me. Please remember that literary terms will be very important for NET exam. Literary terms will be very, very important for NET exam. All right? Yes. So make sure you are keeping in good touch with literary terms and reading widely. Yes. So the term symbolist was first applied by the critic Jean Moret, who invented the term to distinguish the symbolists from the really decadence of literature and art. And there's and you know that this happened during the end of the 19th century, the fin de siècle. The fin de siècle, right? Yes, and it is true. It is true. So the term symbolist was first used by the critic Jean Moret. Jean Moret. It's a very important term, right? Okay, very good, very good. Yes. Next, Tattycoram was the maid to Minnie Miggles. She was an orphan taken in by the Miggles. She's younger than Minnie, with rich dark hair, and has a temperament that can run to anger. Her real name is Harriet Biddle. She lives with the family in Twickenham, then with Miss Wade in London and in Calais until she returns to the Miggles. She can be found in which novel of Dickens, and when was this novel published? So this character of Tattycoram, who was a maid to the who was a maid to the Miggles. This character can be found in which novel of Dickens? And this novel was published in which year? And this novel was published in which year? Tell me. Tell me. This character can be found in which novel, and this novel was published in which year? Yes. This character of Tattycoram, who was a maid to the Miggles, she can be found in the novel. Yes. She was found in Dickens's Little Dorrit, and Little Dorrit was published in 1857. All right? Yes. So Tattycoram can be found in Dickens's Little Dorrit, and Little Dorrit was published in 1857, the year of the Sepoy Mutiny. Remember 1857? And it's also a reminder for you all to learn about all of the novels of Dickens very thoroughly. From the Pickwick Papers, the debut novel, to the Mystery of Edwin Drood, the novel that was left unfinished at Dickens's death. Please make sure you read the novels chronologically. Okay, do look up the chronology really well and make sure you know the characters of these novels, because they can also ask you the chronology of the characters. They can also ask you the chronology of the characters, like which character came first and all, right? So make sure you know the chronology of these books and characters really well. If you just know the chronology of the books, you can arrange the characters easily in the correct chronological manner. Okay, so Tattycoram found in Dickens's novel Little Dorrit, and Little Dorrit was published in 1857. All right, very good, very good. Next, name the playwright who wrote the play Epicene or the Silent Woman. Just a few days back, we were talking about these comedies of humor. We were talking about every man in his humor, right? So here we have another comedy of humor, a very prominent play, and this play was even examined by Dryden. Right, this play was even examined by Dryden. Epicene or the Silent Woman by Ben Jonson. Epicene or the Silent Woman by Ben Jonson. Remember, this play was examined by Dryden. Dryden. Can you tell me Dryden was born in which year? Dryden was born in which year? Yes, Dryden was born in 1631 and he died in 1700. 1700. Dryden became the poet laureate in which year? Dryden became the poet laureate in 1668. 1668, right? Yes, very good, very good. Next. Okay, so we have quite a surprise for you all, and it is that we are starting our CUET PG course from this 15th of October. As you all know, CUET PG course is for those who are trying to write entrance exams or who are trying to get into master's program of English or any subject for that matter. So CUET PG is like an entrance exam. It's an entrance to get into the master's program at various central universities like DU, BHU, JNU, FU, HU, right? So CUET PG is like an entrance program. It's like an entrance exam that happens every year for the entrance into various master's programs at the central universities. And we are bringing to you CUET PG English course. So if any of you is interested to write this exam to get into Masters of English programs into various central universities, this course will really help you at Vallath, because before this also many of our students have got into JNU, DU, HU, EFLU, Jamia and whatnot. Okay, so if you also want to do your masters from any of the central universities, this is the exam that you have to write for it, and this course at Vallath will really help you. And this course is starting from October 15th, our CVT PG course. All right? Yes. So you can enroll into this course if you want to do your masters from a Central University of India. Okay, right. Next. Samuel Pepys' claim to fame rests on his dash. Samuel Pepys' claim to fame rests on his dash, on his diary, right? On his diary. John Evelyn and Samuel Pepys were the famous diarists of the Restoration period. They were famous diarists of the Restoration period. In the Restoration period, who was restored to the throne? Who was restored to the throne? Yes, Charles II was restored to the throne of England in 1660. In 1660. Tell me the Great Fire of London, which happened during the Restoration period. It happened in which year? Let me know in the comments. The Great Fire of London happened in which year? Who wrote Annus Mirabilis? You would know, right? Why I'm asking about Annus Mirabilis right after the Great Fire of London? Yes. Who wrote Annus Mirabilis? It was by Dryden. It was by Dryden. Who wrote a novel called The Great Fire of London? Who wrote a novel called The Great Fire of London? It is by Peter Ackroyd. And Peter Ackroyd's The Great Fire of London is a modern retelling of Little Dorrit. Right? Peter Ackroyd's The Great Fire of London is a modern retelling of Dickens's Little Dorrit. Dickens's Little Dorrit. Make sure you know the modern retellings of classics by heart. Okay? Make a list of all the modern retellings of classics. Like Peter Ackroyd's The Great Fire of London is a modern retelling of Dickens's Little Dorrit that was published in 1857. All right. I hope all of you will cross connect like this and study really well. Okay. Right. Next. What does the abbreviated term CCCS stand for in the context of cultural studies? You all know this. CCCS. It is the full form for what? Tell me. It is the full form for Center for Contemporary Cultural Studies. Center for Contemporary Cultural Studies. Very good. The Magna Carta of Indian education in the colonial period refers to dash. The Magna Carta of Indian education in the colonial period refers to dash. What is the Magna Carta of English education? What is the Magna Carta of English education? Wood's Dispatch of 1854. Wood's Education Dispatch of 1854. Right? Wood's Dispatch of 1854 is known as the Magna Carta of English of Indian education. Wood's Dispatch of 1854 is known as the Magna Carta of Indian education. Tell me the year of Macaulay's minute. Tell me the year of Macaulay's minute. 1835. 1835. Very good. Hindu College was established in Calcutta in which year? Hindu College was established in Calcutta in which year? 1817. 1817. Very good. Okay. Next. Which of the following plays are written by Harold Pinter? Which of the following plays are by Harold Pinter? Family Voices, A Moon for the Misbegotten, The Room, No Man's Land, and Krapp's Last Tape. So A, B, E, B, C, D, A, C, D, or C, D, E. Which are the plays by Harold Pinter? Tell me. Plays by Harold Pinter. Yes, it is Family Voices, The Room, and No Man's Land. A, C, D. Because we all know Krapp's Last Tape is by Samuel Beckett, right? Krapp's Last Tape is by Samuel Beckett, right? So which are the plays by Harold Pinter? Family Voices, The Room, and No Man's Land. ACD. Family Voices, The Room, and No Man's Land. Tell me, plays of Harold Pinter are called as dash. Plays of Harold Pinter are called as dash. Yes, his plays are known as comedies of menace. Comedies of menace. And who coined this phrase, comedies of menace? Who coined this phrase, comedies of menace? Irving Wardle. Irving Wardle. Irving Wardle coined the phrase comedies of menace. Comedies of menace. Yes. Harold Pinter's plays are popularly known as comedies of menace. And the most popular among them is The Birthday Party, right? Stanley Weber. Yes, The Birthday Party is the most popular one. Can you tell me which was the first novel by Samuel Beckett? Which was the first novel by Samuel Beckett? Murphy. Murphy was the first novel by Samuel Beckett. Very good. Very good. Okay, next. John Bunyan authored the following. So, which among the following works are by John Bunyan? The Pilgrim's Progress, Grace Abounding to the Chief of the Sinners, A Short View, The Holy War, Thoughts on Education. A, B, C, A, C, D, A, D, E, A, B, D. Which works here are by John Bunyan? Very easy, right? You all know this. Yes. A, B, D. The Pilgrim's Progress. It's a religious allegory by John Bunyan. Grace Abounding to the Chief of the Sinners. It is the spiritual autobiography of John Bunyan. And also very important is the Holy War. So A, B, D. The Pilgrim's Progress, Grace Abounding to the Chief of the Sinners, and the Holy War. All of these are works by John Bunyan. John Bunyan wrote The Pilgrim's Progress, Grace Abounding to the Chief of the Sinners, and the Holy War. Okay? He was one of the most important writers from the Restoration period. From the Restoration period. Very good. Next. Which of the following statements are true about cyberpunk? It is a kind of science fiction. It uses postmodernist techniques and post-humanist themes. Events in this novel usually take place within the virtual reality. It is a kind of fiction written using online platforms. The first cyberpunk fiction was written by Thomas Stern. So choose the most appropriate answer from the options given below. And you have to tell me which are the following statements are true about cyberpunk. A, B, D, A, C, D, A, B, C, A, C, E. Tell me. Correct answer will be A, B, C. A, B, C. That cyberpunk is a kind of science fiction. It uses postmodernist themes and post-humanist themes. It uses postmodernist techniques and post-humanist themes. And events in this novel usually take place within the virtual reality. So these first three statements here are true. That cyberpunk is a kind of science fiction. It employs postmodernist techniques, post-humanist themes, and events in this novel usually take place within the virtual reality. But can you tell me who wrote the first ever cyberpunk novel? Who wrote the first ever cyberpunk novel? Tell me. Who wrote the first ever cyberpunk novel? And which novel was it? Which novel was it? William Gibson. William Gibson wrote the first ever cyberpunk novel called Neuromancer, published in 1984. Okay? William Gibson had written the first ever cyberpunk novel called Neuromancer. It was published in 1984. Got it? Don't forget this, that William Gibson wrote the first ever cyberpunk novel called Neuromancer, and it was published in 1984. Okay? Can you tell me who talked about cyborg? Who talked about the concept of cyborg? Tell me. Who talked about the concept of cyborg? Yes, Donna Haraway. Donna Haraway talked about the concept of the cyborg identity. Donna Haraway. Very good. Next, tell me, here we have given you some works of theory and criticism, and you have the corresponding authors. You have to tell me which pairs are correct here. Jesse Ransom's Criticism.Inc., William Empson's Seven Types of Ambiguity, Clint Brooks and R.P. Warren's Understanding Poetry, R.P. Blackmore's In Search of the New Criticism, Alan Tate's The New Apologists for Poetry. Which will be the correct option? A, B, C, A, B, B, C, B, D, E. Very easy. Criticism Inc. was written by Jesse Ransom, correct. William Empson wrote Seven Types of Ambiguity, correct. Clint Brooks and R.P. Warren wrote Understanding Poetry, correct. So the correct option will be A, B, C. A, B, C. Jesse Ransom wrote Criticism.Inc. Seven Types of Ambiguity was written by William Emerson and it was published in 1930. And Client Brooks and R.P. Warren had written Understanding Poetry. So ABC is correct. Got it? Very good. So that's all from our side for tonight. I really hope you guys like the session and love the questions. And before we wrap up the session for tonight, it's a reminder for you all that from this 15th of October, we're starting our CUET PG course. Right? And tomorrow also, I will see you all again exactly at 9 p.m. We will revise lots of questions for the upcoming NET exam. All right? And if you want to write the CUET PG exam, this course will be perfect for you. All right? Great. And don't forget to join us tomorrow exactly at 9 p.m. Tomorrow also we will revise lots and lots of questions for the upcoming NET exam in December. All right? And please do like the session before you leave. Okay? Great. So good night then. Take care and keep studying.